Hey homestead family. So before I head into the garden, I wanted to mention to you something that Mr. Homestead said to me earlier this week, and I thought, that's pretty profound. He said, maintaining the garden is more work than getting the garden started. And it is true. So we've got some stuff we need to do in the garden. So y'all, come on with us. Having some trouble with the worms, caterpillars, I guess you want to say, getting into our corn and almost just like eating it from the inside out. So I found this Thuricide BT, and it controls caterpillars. And I sprayed it once, and it seemed to help them a lot. But we've gotten a lot of rain lately, and I think the rain has kind of washed away what we sprayed in there, and they seem to maybe coming back. So I'm going to go out there and spray the corn again. Sweet potatoes are just impressive right now, and so are the Seminole pumpkins as well. Let me show you some of the pumpkins. Got a few in here. There's one right there. Where did I see that open? There's one right there, over there. So they're doing really well. And then these watermelons, y'all, they won't get ripe fast enough. My mouth is watering, and I just can't get them to show the signs that tell me that they are ripe. So here's the situation with the corn. Do you see how these leaves are curling up? And then if you look down in there, you can see the remains of the job that the worms or the caterpillars are doing. This one doesn't look too bad, so I need to spray. What I did is I took that, I can't even remember the name of it now, but I put it in here, mixed it with some water, and I just sprayed down inside each stalk, hoping to kill whatever's chewing it up. Okay, so each one has been sprayed now, and this has become a quest of mine, just to get corn to grow, because I can grow other things but I can't grow corn. So anybody out there know anything about growing corn, want to give us some tips, we'd appreciate it. I would say that, because it's Florida and you just can't grow corn in Florida, but there's a huge corn industry just 10 miles, probably 15 miles from our house. They grow corn every year. They have a huge corn festival after they grow it, but it's just not working over here at our house. I wondered, someone mentioned that the corn festival is usually in February, and maybe they grow their corn later in the year, and we're trying to grow it in the heat of summer, and we should probably wait. So I don't know, we may try that as well. But yeah, so anybody have any corn growing tips, send them our way. This bed has been pulled up, and since our last garden tour a week ago, I think it's rained almost every single day. So we haven't done a lot in the garden this week, but the garden has really gotten some nice rainwater. But It's hard to get both of us in the frame. But there's something about water that falls from the sky that does things for a garden that your water sprinklers cannot do. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, one thing that's really just exploded has been the loofahs.
Yeah, they have.
We got to show them the loofahs. They're just like blowing up.
Over here to the loofahs. Oh, they are going crazy. They're like hanging down, not even.
And look, yeah, and look at the loofahs. They're huge.
Yep.
I mean, they're just, and I think this is because of the rain that you were talking about. It's like, let me give you a little tour. So it's like we've got them here and here. Look at these beautiful loofahs all over the place. Got them here. They're just, and we've got blooms.
There was hundreds of blooms on this thing, so that's not all we're gonna get. There's gonna be lots more, I know. Peas, well, they're about done. We've picked a lot of peas, and there's something about this end of the bed that we have yet to figure out as well. Do you see all these healthy, pretty pea plants? There's some right there that still need to turn purple. But then you get right here. And this happened last year on this end of the garden. And I don't think it's the watering because we actually moved the sprinkler so they could get more water. But I don't know. I don't know if there's something in that spot in the soil right there that is causing that. But other than that, we've picked quite a few. There's one. I gotta shell peas tonight, actually. I shelled peas the other day and got a good mess of peas out of them. We have about 14 more pea plants that will be put out in a couple of days, probably the first of next week. And because we're gonna just grow some more, because this is one of the favorite, like we've eaten all that we've grown, so I haven't even had a chance to can any peas this year, so. Okay, so I got something else I want to show you. Right here, we planted on our property 3 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, about 3 years ago, when we
years ago.
first moved in.
Yeah, and it struggled the first year, and we wondered if it was even gonna survive. And this year is the first year that it's really bushed out, and this is what's exciting. Do you see that? Elderberries. We're gonna have some elderberries.
Now, I can honestly say that we put this out. We live in Central Florida. We've told you that. And we have bahia grass like crazy. And it never did any good, this elderberry. And we worried about it until we learned this trick. And we showed you this on one of our other videos. This right here, it's not so much just digging around it, but it's getting all that bahia grass away, because the bahia grass is such a water hog. It will suck all the water out before any of the trees or any of the plants get any nutrients. So when we dug that out and put this barrier and then put mulch over it, and now we water it and the rain comes, I can honestly tell you, I wish we had a before and after. This is probably 200% growth from when we had it before, when we didn't have that.
In one growing season, it is like tripled in size.
So I'm not saying do this wherever you are, but if you've got grass, it's like bahia grass or something like that, do this. It works. It works for all of our plants. We've done that, and they're just starting to thrive. And I'm looking at the banana trees
that are struggling.
And I'm at a point where it's like, I'm just going to take all this bahia grass and put the mulch and let that moisture get to them, because they're struggling. This stuff will, look at it, it will choke them out. It is very thick, and it just drinks the water from the plant, and the plant can't grow the way it needs to.
Can't get the water because the grass is getting it.
If you're going to plant trees, or you're going to plant fruit trees, or you're going to plant things like that, I would highly suggest dig a hole bigger than what's normal, put peat moss in it, put the plant in it, put peat moss around it, fill it up with dirt, put the barrier around it, and then put mulch on top of it. So the peat moss keeps the moisture, it grows. I can't tell you enough about the elderberry. We've got some other plants we can show you. It works, it works, it works. Just do that. And I don't know if you have to really do it all the time. It's just until those roots get deep enough to where they can get the water. But that's a tip for today.
Grapes are doing well also. Oh, look did you see these down here?
Oh, wow.
Can you see those?
Yeah.
Is that the muscadine or the...
So those
yeah, that's muscadine.
Those muscadines.
Those are muscadines. So we just planted this grapevine last year, and it has really done well going over the fence. And then we have the Concord grapes on this side, which it doesn't have as much growth as the other one does. But and all the rain that we've had in the last week has really helped that. But we're excited because we have served muscadines in the past. We had at the other house that we lived at, we had a very prolific muscadine vine, and it makes some delicious jelly.
And we just had some wonderful friends, the Goofketeers, that have donated another muscadine vine, which is really big. It's high, it's big. So stay tuned. We got another project coming up.
We're trying to figure out how to
implement
it. Yeah, incorporate it into this
with
vine.
this one and the whole thing. So stay tuned. We'll show you the plans. You'll be there every step of the way, and we're looking forward to some jelly.
Okay, so our squash is not doing. It's producing. Like if you look here, we've got some squash there. I've got one right here I'm gonna pick. But I dare say all the squash plants that I have this year have not produced what the 3 squash plants we had last year produced. And we're fighting the aphids. They are just, oh my goodness. It's always a constant battle with these aphids. And like I say, you're gonna have to excuse the ugliness of the garden because it has rained every day and I haven't been able to get out here and weed, and it needs it terribly bad. And I need to be picking some banana peppers as well, because there's a ton of them out here that need to be picked. I love these banana peppers. You know what else I love? I love these sweet gypsy peppers. I think I picked all the red ones. So we got a couple of, there's a bell pepper that I need to get. So that's where we stand with that. We still haven't planted anything in the empty cucumber bed. So we've got some work to do. We've got some things to add back. But we're looking forward to what changes are going to be happening soon in the garden. I was going to show you the dark purple opal is coming along nicely. And then here's the sage. And then the sweet basil is peculiar. There's 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Dill is looking pretty good. The thyme is looking awesome. So we're just gonna keep watching it. And believe it or not, we spent a lot of time weeding out these tomatoes less than a week ago. I think it was last Saturday actually. And you'd never know that we weeded it as much grass as there is in here. And that is because the rain has just, not only does it water the plants that we want to grow, but it waters the things we don't want to grow. So there's gonna have to be some time spent out here just doing some maintenance. maintenance in the garden. So many Roma tomatoes that, and Jet Stars as well, that I have a freezer full of tomatoes right now. And having the time to get them all put away is I do have help coming in the next couple of days, so hopefully we'll be able to put out some videos in the kitchen and show you how we do some things with the tomatoes. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, and always remember, do your best and watch God do the rest. Bye-bye.